Friday and welcome to this lovely edition of Cronkite Sports Now. We've got you covered with everything Arizona sports that you need to know heading into this Valentine's Day weekend. Today on Cronkite Sports Now, the Mercury secure their final piece to a big 3 in the desert, a second pack of Coyotes on the ice in the Valley, and a year-long wait of redemption ends tomorrow for this soccer squad. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm your host, Stephanie Bates. It looks like Cupid's arrow is going to send us to the WNBA to start off today's show. A lot of additions have been made by the Phoenix Mercury this week, but today's news is one of their star players is staying put. The team has locked in their 6-time All-Star center Brittney Griner with a multi-year extension. Griner averaged 20.7 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game last season with the Mercury. With newly acquired guard Skylar Diggins-Smith and veteran point guard Diana Taurasi, this all-star trio will be a force to be reckoned with in the Valley of the Sun. Here's what Griner had to say to the Phoenix Mercury fan base.
What's up, X Factor? Super excited to be playing with Sky and Bria. Told y'all I was coming back. I'm not going nowhere. Valley for life, baby. X Factor. What's up, X Factor?
No action for tonight for ASU men's basketball, but they continue their road trip in the Golden State after giving the Stanford Cardinal a 74-69 defeat. On Twitter, the Pac-12 network was showing some love to the Devils. Remy Martin led ASU with 24 points. Alonzo Verge wasn't far behind him with 19 of his own. The junior transfer also grabbed 7 boards and dished out 4 assists in the team's 4th straight win. The Devils take on Cal on the road on Sunday. As for the women's squad, they host the Washington State Cougars tonight at Desert Financial Arena after getting no love on the road. The Sun Devils got their hearts broken by the Oregon State buzzer beater and then were devastated by a 79-48 loss to Oregon. Tip-off tonight is set for 7 o'clock. Roses are red, but the Coyote season is looking blue. The Yotes had a rough road trip in Canada, falling to the Senators last night 3-2. Captain defenseman Oliver Ekman-Larsson acknowledges that urgency was missing since puck drop, but looks ahead to the future, one game at a time.
We can't look too far ahead. We got to look at the next one here on Saturday, I believe. Starts on Saturday. We got to put some wins together at home and play better and go from there.
The Coyotes will hope to stay in that final playoff spot, currently sitting at 1 point above the Winnipeg Jets in the Western Conference playoff standings, when they take on the Metropolitan Division leading Capitals tomorrow night on home ice. Puck drops at 8 p.m. Started in 2016, the One Step Coyotes hockey program introduced the sport of ice hockey to adults with intellectual disabilities. Now, several years later, the bond between the program and the NHL club is stronger than ever. Cronkite News reporter Sean Salehi was in Peoria to bring you the story.
For dozens of local adults with disabilities, AZ Ice Peoria serves as the gathering place for an activity that many didn't believe they could participate in: ice hockey. This is thanks to a program called One Step Coyotes, a part of the One Step Beyond organization, which teaches life skills to adults with intellectual disabilities. The program was founded by Jared Woosley in 2016 after he noticed that there wasn't any opportunities in Arizona for those with intellectual disabilities to play the sport he loves.
Go, my Borak!
Hockey was just one of those things that we noticed was missing. There wasn't really a place in Arizona where you could play. There wasn't really a spot for that. So we made our own.
The program has grown in size each year, and Woosley is happy to see that his favorite sport is bringing people from across the valley together.
Our program, we service over 600 individuals in the valley, so we have 4 locations, and it's a pretty large organization. So just seeing that hockey's bringing together a lot of people that normally wouldn't have a chance to spend their days together has really created long-lasting friendships.
One member who loves the camaraderie of the team is third-year player Michael Watts, who serves as an alternate captain for the squad.
It just builds a family, I think. It builds a family in everybody else. And sometimes you'll start off not as a family, but then you'll work your problems way through it on the ice, off the ice, and just become a family, I guess.
The One Step Coyotes program wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for their strong relationship with the Arizona Coyotes, who view the program as a unique way to help grow the sport of hockey here in the Valley.
It's an avenue to grow the game of hockey through something that you would, through, for lack of a better term, an unorthodox method. You know, when people start thinking of growing the game, they don't normally think of kids with special needs, sled hockey, that sort of stuff. They think kindergartners, 5-year-olds, how do we get them to play? And it's like, no, you can start at any age, you can start at any level. This is proof that hockey is for everybody.
And the second that, you know, anyone found out that we were doing this, of course, everyone came to support with it. When it came to gear, helping the guys with ice time, sticks, you know, tickets to the game, all that stuff. And the Coyotes have been there to support us in every, you know, step of the way. It's been a really, really amazing partnership.
The Coyotes' continued support of the One Step organization allows the program to continue its mission to show that hockey is truly for everyone. In Peoria, Sean Salehi, Cronkite News.
Good goal!
The One Step organization has recently started a hockey program in San Jose and hopes to expand to other cities around the country in the coming months. The ASU softball team is hanging around Tempe this weekend for the Littlewood Classic. The Sun Devils will hope to bounce back after their 5-8 loss against Tennessee earlier this week. Today is going to be a doubleheader for the Sun Devils starting at 4:30 p.m. against Illinois State and then Kentucky. While some people dislike diamonds on, or some people really like diamonds on Valentine's Day, I'm not a big fan of them. We're going to stick to the baseball diamond. The ASU baseball team welcomes Villanova to the Valley of the Sun, starting their season tonight at 6:30 p.m. at Phoenix Municipal. The Sun Devils are ranked 3rd in the country by Baseball America and will hope to capture 4 wins over the next 3 days. It's going to be a beautiful weekend outside with love in the air and perfect weather for some girls' high school soccer. The 6A girls soccer tournament begins tomorrow, and for one team in particular, the quest to win the 6A title is a personal one. Jose Solis went to Perry High School to get more info on the Pumas' postseason aspirations.
The looming clouds offer a small pang of deja vu as the Perry Pumas girls soccer team undergoes a practice scrimmage, with this weekend's first round of the AIA 6A Conference Playoffs fast approaching.
I think our first thought was just get it next year. You know, like next year's my senior year, that's my last chance, and to hopefully do it next year.
Almost a year ago, the Pumas lost to the Chaparral Firebirds in the 2019 6A title game. That match was in a torrential downpour as the Pumas lost 2-1, their second consecutive title defeat. It was also their first loss of the entire season.
They obviously were the better team that day, and we learned a lot from that evening. And as long as we stay healthy, we hopefully should be in that same game.
With the possibility of playing the Firebirds again if they reach the championship, the Pumas are looking to each other now more than ever for the strength to finally obtain victory.
Since the title game, we've all just, become closer. We've all wanted to win more for each other than, just ourselves. We all have, taken a step back and we're like, let's do this for each other.
The Pumas have the talent, the teamwork, and the trust in each other to reach the championship once more, only allowing the memories of last year to resurface as fuel in the hopes of a championship victory at last.
Pumas on 3! 1, 2, 3, Pumas!
In Gilbert, Jose Solis, Cronkite News.
According to Max Preps, the Perry Pumas are the second best team in the 6A conference. The official AIA bracket will be released later this afternoon. Well, that's a wrap for today's edition of Cronkite Sports Now. For Arizona sports stories from around the Valley, visit the Cronkite Sports tab on arizonasports.com. And as always, for top Arizona news stories, head on over to our website at cronkitenews.azpbs.org. And be sure to tune in at 5 p.m. on Arizona PBS for our nightly newscast. From all of us here at Cronkite Sports Now, thank you so much for joining us. There's plenty of sports to get you through your Valentine's Day weekend, so we'll see you back here on Monday to catch up.